I remember when I first got into the law of attraction and manifestation, a lot of people used to always say, oh, just believe in it. If you have doubts and fears, that's a problem. You're going to manifest the doubt and fear. And I used to be like, hey, wait there a second, but if I'm lacking money, how can I not have doubt? How can I not have fear? If I feel like I'm lacking love, how can I not be in doubt? How can I not be in fear? Right? And I have this need. And they said back then, you can't have the need. If you have the need, then you are without. And when you're without, you can't manifest. You can't attract using law of attraction. I used to get really, really confused about this. But then I realized it's all just a mind trick. It's all about how you convince your mind. And that's why in this video, I want to break down for you exactly, step by step, what I do on a daily basis, even till today, to be able to manifest anything I want. How I process doubts, how I process fears, how I shift that. What do I think? What do I do? So that you can use it to be able to help you manifest your dreams, your goals, and your desires. We're going to dive deep into it. But before we get into it, show reel. Hit it. Namaste creators, Namo Himalaya. This is Sri Akarshana here. And in this video, I want to break down for you something that nobody really speaks about. Everybody's always saying, stop doubting, stop fearing. Everybody's saying, don't think negative. And sometimes when negativity happens and challenges are there, you're like, what do you mean don't think negative, right? You're pissed off, you're annoyed, you're angry, you're upset. It's like, how can you stop yourself from thinking that way? People say, oh, well, you gotta reprogram your subconscious mind. And it's like, hey, I've done all these affirmations and stuff, but it's still popping up. When challenges happen, I can't help myself, you're thinking. And that's exactly where I was. Until I realized we're all playing the same game. But the difference is where? The difference between a manifesting beast and somebody who's always struggling to try and manifest their biggest dreams and goals and desires is where? Is to do with the way they respond, right? And the time it takes to go from reaction to response. If you guys are taking notes, I want you to write that down. It's all to do with the time it takes. It's all about shortening the time between your reaction and your response. What does this mean? Well, let's put it this way. Let's say, for example, if today I'm here, Sneha does something in front of me that pisses me off, okay? What will naturally happen as a human being? You're going to feel a reaction. You're going to react. For most human beings, what happens is that reaction continues, right? How many of you have been upset by somebody before and you're upset for the full day? Some of you may be upset for a few days, some of you for a week, some of you for months, some of you for years. I know friends that don't speak to each other because of something that happened years ago, right? That means they are still in reaction. Now, what is the difference between reaction and response? Reaction is how your human, normal ego mind reacts to things. But what is respond? Your response is your choice. I choose to respond in a certain way. I choose to be responsible. Your ability to respond, that's your responsibility. Right? So your ability to respond is your ability, not your ego's ability. Somebody shouts something at you. I choose to still show love. Somebody says something about you. I choose to not react. I choose to just witness. I choose to just find this situation interesting right now. A challenge arises in my life. I just choose to stay calm. That's the response I choose. And then many people are like, yeah, but you know, when somebody comes and something happens, or I really expected a result and suddenly I don't get the result, how am I supposed to choose to respond? Because in that moment, I'm frustrated, I'm disappointed, I'm angry, I'm upset, right? And this is where the problem is. The problem is people think that, oh, but I'm still reacting, that's my problem. No, reacting is not your problem. Reacting is human nature. Number one, come to acceptance that reacting is human nature. That's okay. But remember what I said from the beginning of this video. Your goal is to shorten the time it takes between reaction and response. I can say when I started to practice this, maybe about 7 years ago, what would happen is I would get really annoyed, frustrated, maybe for a week. I wouldn't really want to speak to somebody, right? I'll be upset for a week. Then when I started to practice this, what happened? I shortened it to 3 days. Then what happened? I continued to practice. It's a practice, by the way. It's not something where you watch this video and you're going to be like, oh yeah, done. You know, every time it's like 2 seconds now. No, it's a practice. It's going to take some time. The more you practice, the faster it's going to become. But hopefully, in 6 months' time, in 1 year's time, this will completely change your life. Why? Because imagine if, in future, every single challenge that comes your way, you are not affected by it anymore, right? And you don't manifest more negativity, and negativity never spirals out of control. Imagine that. Imagine being able to, when challenges happen, you still stay in your positive vibrational frequency and always get what you want. So how do you do it? Number one, be aware of your reaction. Okay? That's fine. Angry, no problem. Number two, okay? Pattern interrupt. Find yourself something to create a trigger, a pattern interrupt, a happy thought. It could be a cartoon character. It could be some funny scene in an episode of Friends or whatever. Just something that instantly makes you laugh or smile, puts you in positive vibe. Use that as your pattern interrupt. Every time you get angry, use that as the trigger to actually switch it so that it shocks your system to suddenly start laughing. Right? So use something that is visual. Use something that's funny. Use something that is wacky, that is crazy. When you think about it, it always makes you laugh. Doesn't matter how sad you are. You know, sometimes when you have a friend that's crying because they're heartbroken, and sometimes you can say some things and you know they're going to start laughing even though they're crying at that moment. That's the thing you're trying to find. That creates a pattern interrupt. Number one, awareness. Aware of your vibrations all the time. Number two, pattern interrupt. Once you've interrupted your pattern, number three, gratitude. Now my pattern's interrupted. Guess what? I cut that spiral, that negative spiral. Now I start thinking about everything I'm grateful for. Put your hands to your heart. Say, shout it out loud. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for breath. I'm grateful for everything that I have. I'm grateful for friends. I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for the water. I'm grateful for food. I'm grateful for my clothes. I'm grateful for just being able to breathe right now. I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful for the universe. I'm grateful, grateful, grateful. You cannot be angry and grateful at the same time. So that will start shifting your vibrations and move it high. Right? Move it into positive, high vibrations. Number four, refocus your energy and your vibrations on what you want to feel. Right? What do you choose to feel? What is the positive vibration that you choose to feel? Something just happened, right? You just got rejected. I choose to feel that rejection is God's protection. I choose to feel that God has something better for me. I choose to feel great right now. I choose to feel blessed right now. I choose to feel. You're challenged right now. You have a problem that shows up in front of you. You don't know how to get out of that problem. You're stuck. I choose to feel that every challenge is a blessing in disguise. I choose to feel that this mountain is so high and God gave me this opportunity to grow and learn from it. I choose to feel I grow through what I go through. I choose to feel. Number four, what do you choose to feel? Focus on that, because what you focus on expands. Where focus goes, energy flows, and results show. You start to manifest those things, right? And then, number five, final thing, let go. Get back on your everyday task. What did you have to do? Reply some emails, go to work, what? Go for dinner? Focus, live in every moment. Forget about it. Leave the past behind. The past is already done. By thinking about the past, you bring the past into the present, you manifest from the present, and you're re-manifesting the same problems over and over again. Why do you want reoccurring problems or challenges? Live in every moment. Point number five. Enjoy every moment. Focus on every moment. Don't be in the past. Don't even need to go in the future. Just live in every moment, because this moment is the only moment that matters. Because this moment is a moment that creates your history and creates your future. That is my words for everybody here today. If you learned anything at all, or if you just enjoyed this video, please do hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Also comment below, let us know where you guys are tuned in from. Anybody tuned in from the beautiful Kenya? We're here right now. Be nice to meet you guys sometime. Maybe you can join us on a charity trip. And finally, if you're new to this channel, and you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's a little bell sign, by the way. Because this year, we're dedicated to making daily videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, we are signing out. Have a blessed day. Namo Himalaya. Namaste.